YouTube! Woo! It's that time again, y'all. Yeah, so that's what's on the agenda for myself tonight. I don't like flavored beers typically that much unless it's all made natural. But I do have a hankering for pumpkin. I like pumpkin stuff. This is the only one from Shipyard that I'll drink is the Smashed, which is the Imperial. The regular one, yeah, not so much. What's up, Combat? Welcome. Yeah, not so much. Glad you were able to get away and get some time. Yeah, so 9%, we're going to get into that. Picked up that fancy opener in Hawaii. So hopefully tonight you guys feel the largest impact of change. And the reason I say that is for a couple reasons. We have definitely made a little bit of an upgrade. I'll probably have to take a picture of this for you guys, but we, yeah, don't finish that sentence, Dan. I bought a little rig that'll mount the phone into, and then my Rode Pro is on top. So what's nice is when this mic is now plugged in, I get the mic from the phone, and then we get the boom mic going forward. And then I got a little LED light that's on the front for some extra lighting. So hopefully you guys notice a big difference in that. And the audio and stuff just really works good for you guys. So I figured what we would first do is, seeing that we have 4 eggs in here, that looking pretty good. A lot of humidity, as pretty typical when they're at this stage. But I figured we would do a live update on the last couple clutches, just so you guys can take at least a quick look at what those look like after they've shed out, and then kind of go from there, and then we'll start cutting and getting into these things. Let's see. I've got to do a little something here, so I might have to change my account so that I can see the comments, which I don't usually do, but it wasn't logging in, so I don't know what's going on there. Listening while driving. Be very careful. And you're texting, Dave. Be nice. You want to take this just so I can get logged in real quick, and then we'll grab the snakes and get them going. Sorry about this technical difficulty, guys.
See where your name is right there. You can
just that's an email. I don't need an email when I'm logging in with a password.
It's for the website.
So fuck you, Matt. Thank you very much, Matt.
Watch your language. There could be kids watching.
There could be kids watching. I'm very sorry. Let's see now if I can. Yeah, no, see, you screwed me all up. I told you to mind your business. Switch accounts.
You were logging in with the Acta instead of the Reef Man.
I needed the Reef Man. Otherwise, I can't get it.
Oh. Jim's having major technical difficulties.
Yeah,
here.
like this is broke now.
There it is.
Just 2 more seconds. Really, really sorry. Face recognition does definitely help you out quite a bit. There it is. All right.
Technical difficulties
so
fixed.
You can read. Let's see who we got here. Mike M. Welcome. Jason and Bobby. Welcome. LKB. Terry.
Welcome, James.
Welcome, everybody.
And over.
Right, so the first clutch we're going to do the update on is the spider clutch. So we're gonna start pulling those. so you guys can look at that, and then we'll go on to I think it was the Hidden Gene Woma, right? Or is it vice versa?
Vice versa.
Vice versa. So we got to switch again.
All right.
And just so you take a look, starting to build a little sticker wall.
We're doing right over here, Rick. Let's move the beer.
Yeah, we're going to get into that in a second.
All right, so this here is a double het Albino Pied. Me and Jim were going back and forth, but I ended up taking Jim's word.
Yeah, yeah, we were kind of back and forth of whether this was actually a yellow belly or not. There is some flames coming up the sides, but they are fairly small. Thanks, Gray. Appreciate that. But when you flip it over, you look at the belly. It's pretty much a non-yellow belly. What's up, Ellis? Welcome. But it does carry a head stamp.
Here's that belly.
Yeah, that's.
Here's the head.
Yeah, see the belly again, just real quick.
Quick little belly, and this one, I believe, this one's a boy.
Oh, there's your belly. And again, we were just really comparing these to the last yellow bellies that we had produced.
Here's another double het. This one's a little darker, not as bright. All these are 100% het for Albino Pied.
Yeah, I would agree, James, that the pie definitely came through. I mean, and it's 100%. So the pairing was a Hidden Gene Woma Granite Yellow Belly to an Albino Pied. So all of these are 100% het for Albino and Pied. So they should all have some form of tracks or markers. And even if they don't, they're going to prove.
Yeah, and these... Yeah, good tracks right
Yeah,
there.
again, more of that tracking all the way up the belly. And again, if you notice that belly compared to the last one, pretty similar. And so I really think both of those are just going to be, yeah, sorry about the noise. We threw some feeders into the, into the puzzle clutch. So their puzzles are starting their first meals right now.
So this is another one I was kind of struggling with between it being normal or yellow belly. You can take a look at the belly on this one too. It looks a little bit more crazy.
Yeah, so this one's a little more checkery. I don't have the flames that I'd like to see. I agree, Terry. Double hets usually throw some wacky patterns and different stuff that just wouldn't be normal. Yeah, definitely having dinner in the background for sure. You know, the first rat pup meals are going down. So yeah, definitely, 3 double hets for sure. May somebody get surprised with a yellow belly? Yeah, it's possible.
Maybe granite in there somewhere, maybe.
Yep.
All right. I'm moving. Trying to find it.
So outside of the normals and into some more crazy looking stuff here.
Yeah, so this is a Hidden Gene Woma, believe granite yellow belly. Definitely Hidden Gene Woma yellow belly.
Yeah, so James, the pairing was a Hidden Gene Woma Granite Yellow Belly to an Albino Pied.
And the flaming on this one is insane.
Yeah, James, I would agree. 2 of those last 3 definitely had the head stamp, but the bellies didn't look solid for a yellow belly, and they didn't really have a lot of the flames. So that's why we're kind of uncertain. And it could be the influence of the double het. I'm just not sure. We've not produced the double het Albino Pied stuff before. But this one, you can clearly see the flames coming up there. It looks really good. When you roll it over, all that little checkering, too far. There you go, all that checkering down there, that's all yellow belly doing all that stuff. So solid yellow belly in this, definitely Hidden Gene Woma, and more than likely even the granite that makes all those flames and extra colors pop, and then you get that really cool head stamp right there. And again, 100% for Albino and Pied. And the odds are pretty good to us on this clutch.
Yep, we got another one. Flaming is not as...
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Not as much on this one, but it's still there.
Yeah, you're back, Dan. Yeah, it's not as strong, so I'm thinking this one is probably minus the granite.
Yep.
This would be a Hidden Gene Woma Yellowbelly. And again, you kind of get a little bit of the similar head mark, a head stamp anyway. And then just really bright colors. Looks really, really good. The Hidden Gene Woma came from Rick Schlosser, and the Albino Pied was produced in-house last season. Did very well and grew up really quick and has quickly become a solid breeder.
So another Hidden Gene Woma Yellowbelly.
This one, if Matt leaves it right there, is just like this side is just amazing. You see all these like little peach colors, some pinks in there, some oranges. I mean, the color on some of these are just like ridiculous. Yeah, and again, real strong Hidden Gene Woma. Again, I don't know if there's Yellowbelly or granite in this. It's one or the other, because it's not just a classic Hidden Gene Woma.
And then you don't really get that X head stamp either.
Yeah.
It's not as prominent.
Yeah, sorry about that, Mike. I don't know if you're new to like genes and stuff, and it's funny is that with the ball pythons, there's over 300 some odd genes that's come out in the past 20 years of breeding, and whoever discovers or stumbles upon a gene just kind of names it whatever they want to name it, and some of them make sense, some of them don't. And then you have recessives involved as well, and it can really be a pretty muddy language of what's what, at least until, you kind of start to learn some of these things. Just so you know, the camera's on this side, so it's just nice to look at the face. And
this one, I'm believing, could be either Hidden Gene Woma Granite, maybe.
Welcome, Blue Balls.
Yeah, I would say it has Yellowbelly. It's got some crazy checkering on the bottom.
Yeah, there's definitely Yellowbelly there. At least it looks like it.
So this one's probably another one that doesn't have the granite. So probably just a Hidden Gene Woma Yellowbelly.
KB Reptiles in the house. What's up?
Welcome,
Carrie and Barrows. Welcome. Yeah, I agree, Lou. I still can't get over, like you can see here, even in this video, and it is picking it up pretty good. Some of those pinks and oranges just coming up the sides, it's just nuts. I mean, just crazy insane. So very, very happy with this clutch, the way it's turning out so far. And what did we hit? 4 of the Hidden Gene Womas in there?
Yep.
Out of, what, 8 eggs?
7.
7. Oh, so 7 eggs, 4 Hidden Gene Womas, and the 3 normals. Yeah, you're right, Combat. There's a few. I think it's very underrated combo for sure. We're going to get into the spider clutch. All right, T then. So one of the first ones we have here.
Yeah, it does.
This is just a normal, not a normal, but a leopard. And this, I believe this one is a female. I just like the slight yellow and caramely colors on near the belly, and just really great looking, belly patterns, almost like a little zipper kind of doing in the middle there. Just like a great looking animal all around. And the leopard that we think ended up getting this, well, no, that we definitely know got this, was one of our leopards that produces a more crazy pattern. I think I have like what I'm calling anyway 2 different lines of leopard, and one is more subtle, pretty classic or standard, and then the other one tends to be way more crazy with different hieroglyphics that a lot of them look like animals or different weird stuff. But this is a pastel leopard. And like all these guys have already taken their first meal as rat pups. So typically in the past we have always fed our stuff mouse hoppers in the beginning. And then with Billy's video from Mutation Creation, where he just jumps right into rat pups, we figured, you know, our production has been good the past few months, and it's really been amping up with the rat production. So we figured we would jump right in and try to just go right into rats. And believe it or not, the majority of them all take rats, and we've not had any problems. And the ones that didn't take rats in the beginning, that took a hopper the first time, on the second go around jumped right into a rat. So
Just look at that.
all of them are on rats right now. So this is a leopard spider. This is at least a leopard spider. I mean, I don't think there's any pastel in here, and the only other option would be Yellowbelly, and I don't see that here either. This is a female, and this is probably probably one snake that'll be staying here because she just looks really cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see those eyes, but those eyes are just ridiculous looking. Just absolutely insane.
Yeah, those eyes are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
wild looking animal.
Yeah, that leopard spider is a sexy looking snake.
Oh, wait, there's one more. Too bad it's a boy. Because otherwise it would have definitely stayed here. So here's another pastel leopard. What's interesting though is if you look at a lot of these eyes, like the eyes on the last one were very blue-like, and that's usually from the spider that does that. This one's eyes are the same color as the last animal that had spider in it, but there is definitely no spider here. But look at that leopard pattern. I mean, that's just crazy. The way it's like tying together and then just going nuts. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, some of these markings don't spell somebody's name in some language, but just not one that I can read. So another pastel spider.
Looking good.
Yeah, we're getting there. Trying to get to this cutting for you guys, but I definitely wanted to go through some of these because they were looking pretty solid. And they all had shed. They're all eating really well. This is just a pastel. So just a nice pastel.
Some good colors.
Yeah. Nice clean belly.
And actually, yeah, with the dad that went to this, we haven't proved him for het pied.
Yeah,
He's a pos het pied.
Yeah, so all these are and from his markings and his color and everything, he's gonna prove. The girl that he was put to, that I was hoping he was gonna prove on, didn't go this season, so it will kind of be next season. But I'm pretty sure he will. I'm believing this to be a spider Yellowbelly. And again, Yellowbelly, not so much for the marks on the belly, but it tends to give a lot of this like pink and checkery, not checkery, but pixelated kind of colors that come up the sides. And that's one pretty cool head stamp right there.
Yeah. You know,
so again, the spider got those crazy colored eyes.
The head like marking shape almost kind of reminds you of the puzzle.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, some of those puzzles got some crazy stuff. All right, and I think the last, no, not quite the, well, we'll say that one for last.
Yeah. We're getting to the last one.
So second to last one, and then we're going to get into cutting some eggs. Has not shed yet. This is a normal.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, I really don't see anything else there. I mean, the belly almost looks like it's, you know, it is not a normal belly, but I don't really see tracks, and I don't know. So I think this is just a classic ball python.
It was really hard to find.
Yep, nowadays it's getting harder to find. So now, like the...
See you later, combat constrictors.
Creme de la creme is this beauty right here. So this I believe to be a pastel leopard spider Yellowbelly pos het pied. Just some crazy pixelation, dots, broken lines, like...
Kind of reminds you of like a cheetah.
Yeah, a little bit. And the colors, the yellow is really starting to pop and intensify. In a couple more sheds, this dude is going to be nuts. And this is a male.
Let's see what his eyes look like.
Yeah.
A little too close. Here we go.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool head stamp too. If this one ended up being a female, they'd definitely be here. But rock solid. There's no shake, head shake on this guy. You know, that's been a big bone of contention or discussion, if you will, is the spider gene and how it's like garbage and shouldn't be bred because it shakes and it has neurological problems and it can't eat. This one was the last one out of the egg, the second to last one to shed, and the first one
to eat. Yeah.
And there's no shake on it at all. There's no visible neurological deficit within that animal whatsoever, and it just looks absolutely, I mean, to my eyes, amazing.
Hey, Lisa.
So I don't know. You want to cut some eggs?
Let's cut some eggs.
Yeah, you can take a look at that beer too. That was looking pretty good.
Shipyard smashed pumpkin.
Yeah, and that Saul Pettit glass for UKB fans and y'all people from up yonder way. That's from Canada. That was a nice little brewery I stopped in when we went to visit family. Woo! Yeah, I'm ready for some.
All
right. Before we get to cutting, you know, we got to do things proper. So, cheers to you guys. Can I do that? Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, and let's see if we can't get some really quality cutting going on here.
All right, so we're gonna swap out this gray mat.
Wow, that's really good. Yeah, I just don't want to get any juice. You've seen us cut the last few times, and there's always juice on there from cutting eggs. This will be pretty good. Spiced pumpkin for the ladies. Well, it is Thursday, and Thursday nights I am known for wearing skirts when things are happy and I'm drinking pumpkin beer. I am not turning the camera around. You are definitely not going to get to see that. Cheers, Steph. I'm just trying to move some of the drink away. So we were talking earlier about that window.
Right.
I don't know how well you can see that. So there are some veins in there, but then there are some orange in there too. So, I mean, it looks, at times it was pressed up against that window and it had looked not like a regular, normal albino. So it should be at least black pastel or mahogany or maybe even both. That'd be cool.
Well, I guess I don't need to dig out too many pits in this one.
No. Got the golden scissors.
Got the golden scissors.
Yeah. Thanks, Donnie. Appreciate it. One more good luck wish as we get started here. Which one are you going to cut first?
I'm going to do the one with the window.
You're going to cut the window first?
Yeah, why not?
Now, let's see. What's up, Marshall?
See if we can get a...
Thanks for stopping in. Taylor, thanks. It's a kilt, damn right. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Before you do that, I don't know.
It looks like there's a little stripe going this way. So that could either be mahogany or it can be the combination of the two.
Yeah, we'll see. Dan called the window first. Or window last. Oh, Matt's starting to build a little skill. Yeah, we spent like an hour yesterday learning how to pop snakes, and I think he's got it.
Pop that off there. And let's see, what do we got?
Dude, that looks very different, bro.
I think that might be...
That's super stripy. I've not seen that before. I don't know if you guys see that. That's a pretty good look. That's really stripy. That's not a regular albino.
No.
And we definitely have black pastel. That's not black pastel. We also have mahogany, and that's not mahogany. So I have to deduce, pardon the big word, that is definitely a black pastel mahogany albino. Woo!
Woo! The first egg again. Woo!
That wasn't a dance. Come on, dance, mother Matthew.
Trucker.
Dance, son.
I dance.
That wasn't a dance.
That's my dance.
That was an elf gene, an elf jig. Thanks, JP, man. Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely think that's all three. It's the Matt whip. I don't know, Dan. I wouldn't quite call it a whip unless you can slow motion whip something somehow. All right. Triple. Yes, sir, Brandon. Here we go. Let's get into some more. Dude, that's awesome. The first one. Yeah, Brandon, I'm with you. I was kind of creeped out too.
Now that I'm going to go.
That looks black pastel. Yeah.
That's
kind of hard to see the sides. That may be mahogany.
No,
that's black pastel. Yeah, that's black pastel. The truffle shuffle.
You don't want to see me do that. It'll look like an old molded truffle.
Yeah, really stripy. Oh, and there's definitely a color difference.
Yeah.
So if you guys look at this, you've got this really nice purple hue. And then as I get over here, this is really a lot more white. Yeah, I agree with you, Marshall. So we definitely believe this is the quote-unquote triple. And it is definitely a little more lavender, which I would expect from the combo there. And then this one over here is definitely more whitish color, and that looks more black pastel to me with those single eye holes like that. Yeah, nice. Good odds. It's only 4 eggs, so yeah, I hope you get a clown tomorrow. We're going to tell that story here in a minute. Welcome, patent pending.
Let's see what we got. That looks. I think that's mahogany right there.
Yeah, it looks mahogany. Yeah, way more yellow color, and that is pretty classic too for the two that we have. That definitely lines up more with the mahogany.
Yeah.
It'll have to come out and really get our eyes on it to be 100% sure, but it definitely looks like a mahogany. So a black pastel, a mahogany, and a black pastel mahogany albinos. Yeah, so after we cut this one, first, I want to do a huge shout out to Joseph Eckhart. This dude is like insane. He follows us and comments on all our stuff, likes every single post. And I truly appreciate all the support and everything.
Definitely.
I mean, literally post after post after post, time and time again.
And literally seconds after we get it up there.
As soon as it goes up, bang, it's there. So I must be on his direct feed or something. I'm not sure. Thanks, William. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, we definitely hitting some good odds with these, and there's another good look at that.
All right.
There we go. We got one more.
So this one I'm going to go with, I'm going to say another black pastel.
Thanks, Brendan. I appreciate that, too. I was mid-drinking there. Drum roll. One more.
And it doesn't look black pastel from the little bit I can see. That looks like
that's an albino. Is that an albino? That looks like an albino.
Yeah, that might just be the single.
Yeah, the single albino.
Yep.
So it looks like you got one of each.
Yeah.
An albino, a black pastel albino, and a mahogany albino, and a black pastel mahogany albino. You can't do any better than that.
That side looks kind of like...
Nah, that's albino.
Yeah.
That's albino.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it too much.
Albino.
Sweet! Woohoo!
Well, when this comes to... I'm going to end up keeping the black pastel mahogany albino, no matter if it's a boy or girl. The other 3 will be available when they eventually have food and had enough meals.
So I just there's going to be like a little encore, if you will. However, it won't be tonight, but there's a story behind it. So as all you guys know, my clown project has been the bane of my existence. I picked up a pastel lesser Yellowbelly het clown female from Nerd. I have bred her 2 years running. This will be year 3. She is 3 days past due to lay. I was really hoping to pull a clutch on here with you guys as well, but that just didn't happen. But the unique thing with that story and that challenge, we're gonna try to prove her out. Same pairing this year. If she doesn't prove, I've got stuff worked out with the breeder. They're gonna help make up for that with another animal. But interestingly enough, Dan, who's on here tonight, Dan Monroe from Monroe Morphs, has the exact same animal from the same breeder. So he has a pastel lesser Yellowbelly het clown female, and that female was paired with a visual male, and she laid eggs 56 days ago. And she is going to be, we're going to actually go over there with this new rig, and we're going to cut that clutch live and see if she gives us any visual clowns as well. So I don't know that they're from the same clutch or even the same pairing, but it is still very interesting that, you know, a couple towns over, you know, years ago before I even met him, he bought the same animal that I had bought from them around the same time and grew them up, and now they're both been paired to clowns. So hopefully he'll be able to prove his out with some visual clowns, and hopefully this girl will lay eggs, and in 60 days I can prove her out to actually be het for clown as well, and I don't have to do anything with the breeder or any of that jazz, and just really not have to have the headache. Just prove her out and have some clowns.
So what time are we going to be looking at doing the cutting tomorrow? Can you chime in, Dan?
That's, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to guess it'll probably be between 7 or 8 o'clock. I'll have to confirm that. I will blast that on Instagram once I confirm with Dan.
He just answered. He said shooting for around the same time.
Around the same time. So we'll be looking close to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do that clutch as well. And you know, just bring you guys along with like the, you know, the unexpected journey or whatever. So it'll be pretty cool to see. You know, another facility, so we'll take you with us. You'll see how his setup is, what that's like, and then we'll cut a clutch over there so you guys can experience that and kind of wrap that around to this whole story and see what happens. And then when these eggs, you know, are ready to cut, we'll cut those, and you guys will be able to see that as well. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I think that'll be fun. It'll be interesting. Yeah, that is very, very stripy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the trio.
That's the,
well, that one's got some stripe on it, but I still think that's
very
going to be
faint,
black.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a much, you know, color difference and everything. That'll be the black pastel. Yeah, that's a classic albino.
and that was,
Or maybe
no, that was the
Mohawk, and that
Yep.
was the albino.
and there's the albino.
Yeah. So yeah, still great odds, great clutch. It's fantastic. Yeah. I don't know if anybody has any questions or anything else they want to see. But I mean, it's kind of rough with four eggs.
Yeah. Very small clutch.
And that's I think is just going to be this girl. I mean,
Yeah.
last year she was the same thing. She gave us 5 eggs. One of them went bad, so we had 4. This year she gave us 4, and they were all good. And she's just not a monster girl. She runs right around the 1700 gram mark, and that's just kind of where she's sat.
Yep.
She eats well. She eats all the time. She's just not one of those big girls.
What other clutches do we have coming up? Let's see. We got a black pastel to a pastel Kelly Spider Xanthic, so some head SK Xanthic stuff.
Yep. I have a cinnamon spider to a project male, so it's what I'm calling my resurrection gene. I did a bunch of research. I found a gene that I want to really work into a bunch of things because it's a bit of a pattern enhancer and a color enhancer. So that clutch is coming. We have an Enchi clown to a lavender albino, so a bunch of Enchi het grails possibly.
Some more Albino Pied stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what else is up on the board. The spider. Yeah, we did a Pastel GHI to a lavender albino as well. So solid 8 eggs from that clutch that's coming. Man, why can I not?
No, I think you pretty much covered everybody.
And we have a few more. We have a few more. Well, you have the black pastel pin,
which will be laying probably in the next month-ish or so.
Yeah,
maybe
that one too. Your albino pied.
She went. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, albino pied. So hopefully black pastel pieds het for albino, and then it looks like we had some egg development. I have a pinstripe girl that's like crazy reduced, and she was paired to an OD Fire, so that would be good if she goes. She's at like 20 centimeters. I have a pastel Enchi Yellowbelly 66% het ghost that was put to a pastel cinnamon Enchi 66% het ghost. So if they both prove out, there could be some super pastels, super Enchi, cinnamon, Yellowbelly ghosts. I mean, that's just a mouthful. That'd be cool. And then just started developing follicles. I'm like at 13 for a pastel red stripe Yellowbelly that was been paired to a pastel clown and a blade clown. So if she goes, that'll be good. And then the last one that just started to develop at 12 or 13 centimeters is a cinnamon het tri to a Yellowbelly het tri. So if either one of those 4 go, that'll just top off the season just nice.
The black pastel TSK clutch that we will be cutting the 7th.
Yeah. So the following Saturday.
Yep.
That'll be good, and that has the pastel Kelly Spider SK to a black pastel. So there should be some like Black Widows and some Kelly stuff mixed in there. So yeah, that'll be a pretty interesting clutch, and everything will be 100% het. That's not visual too.
Right.
Well, there won't be any visual. It'll all be het, but there's like 4 other genes in the mix, so. It'll be, good stuff to look at, and 100% het for SK. And I don't know, did anybody see that TSK actually produced a TSK Xanthic tri-stripe? It was posted on Facebook earlier this week. It is freaking
I think it's phenomenal.
It was so ridiculous. It wouldn't have mattered if it was VPI, but
right.
that tri-stripe that's where I'm hoping to start working that into Desert Ghost, and we'll do it into our Xanthic and the clown and lavender and banana, and it's gonna be nuts. Huh? It was up to you if you want to do that now.
I can bring one of them out. I can bring the 3 of them out.
Well, see if they want to see some puzzles.
The baby puzzles have all shed out. If anybody wants to see them.
It's kind of a silly.
I know, a silly question.
Silly question. Here, let me take the camera. You can show off not your stuff, but your snake. Not your snake, but the animals in the thing.
Whew. You're making quite a puzzle.
It's complicated. Why does it gotta be so complicated? Oh. Yeah, very true, James. I agree with you 100%. Definitely doesn't need extra, but man, you can layer some stuff on and just, whew, yeah. So, start off right at the top. Mm-hmm. So, this boy here, this was the Creme de la Creme. This is the pastel puzzle. This is a male. This is one of the keepers. Thanks for the luck. I'll take it. There you go. Boom, shakalaka. And these guys are, lovely, lovely. And that eye stripe is like crazy. Now. And I don't know a ton about these. I thought initially that they all came through Sean, which I'm probably mistaken, because if you look at this head stripe, it's this eye stripe on its head. It's super fat, super jagged, comes way up over the nose, almost connects. And then I've seen some that Lacey Elliott has recently produced. It has the same jagged look, but the stripes on the face aren't nearly as wide and kind of tapered. So I don't know if there's a couple different lines, or if there's some other influencing the eye stripes. But yeah, these guys are definitely freaking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pull out the, you leave him, pull out the female that you're gonna hold on to.
Yep. Nice, everybody's eating.
You expected anything different?
Well, they didn't really go for it before.
So this is puzzle number 2. Again, we have the same fat kind of eye stripe here. It's hard to see the black with the brown head. It's very jagged. You get this really nice, like reddish peach color coming up the belly. Really great broken pattern. And this is a female that we'll be holding on to. There is one more that we produce, which is a male that will be available. But these guys just look absolutely amazing. Yeah, cryptic. Oh, really? I wonder. It makes me wonder. But it is interesting that that all 3 of these all have the same fat eye stripe. So maybe there's some cryptic floating around. And I know it's known to float around in the puzzle stuff. So yeah, who knows? It'll take some time and some isolation to try to really see if that's, you know, something else that's going on in there. I know it can be at times a very subtle gene, and then you just hit the right combo and it just blows up.
Buddy?
Yeah, I've seen that, Donnie. I just don't know, with all this crazy pattern mutation from the puzzle, if it influences the cryptic enough to where it can wash stuff out. And when you start layering genes and especially pattern mutation genes, I mean, who knows? You know what can happen. And I've just not seen one, so I just don't know.
And the other puzzle?
Leon, I don't know if I've seen the mango gene. So this is this other one here. This is the puzzle that's going to be available. And now this guy is definitely a little bit different. Still has the fat eye stripes, but has a lot more white that it comes up the body here.
Yeah.
That you can see right there. Just way more white color. There's a good look at the head. Some cool little yellow blushing there going down around the belly. And just really fantastic pattern, you know, pattern mutation going on. They just look good. I just, you know, for a single gene, even if it is recessive, they're just absolutely a stunning animal. I mean, between the whites and the you know, all the different colors. There's nice caramel browns, bronzes, peach colors, and yellows floating around right now. And this one doesn't even have pastel on it.
Yeah, this one's like, it's crazy how different this one is compared to the female.
To the other two.
Because like with both of them not having the pastel, he looks clean with all that white.
Yeah, he looks good. Yeah, I've seen banana puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
Lacey Elliott made a few of them this year. They look absolutely fantastic. They're great looking animals. You know, the lav puzzles will look good. Desert ghost puzzles will look good.
I have
Xanthic puzzles will look good. I mean, it's going to be hard to not look good with puzzle in it.
I have a certain direction that I'm going to be going with it. I'm not going to quite divulge it. Ooh, you're a little snappy, huh? Going to divulge what it is. I kind of want it to be kind of a little bit of a secret project. And
put your hand back up there. You're going to get tagged.
You feisty little turd. I can show you the the pastel posset that I'll be holding back.
Yeah, and even the pastels, there were like 4 or 5 pastels that were produced in this clutch, and they just came out really, really good. I mean, the color is just better looking than any pastel that I've produced before. Well, almost better than any pastel I've produced before. So, again, a little bit of education here. So this is definitely not a puzzle. You can see like it's just pretty standard pattern. But when you look at a head, you look at this eye stripe, you see all that jagged color going along its eye stripe. That's one of the markers for a puzzle. So when you can start to pick those out and see, you get a good shot. See how jagged that eye stripe is? That's a pretty good indicator of puzzle. So we're pretty confident that, you know, this animal will prove for puzzle based on that. And when we look at our 2 other hets that produce these, they had the same, you know, jagged eye stripes. And again, that's really only just with puzzle in the mix. You know, I'm not saying that if you have normals at home and they have a jagged eye stripe that it's definitely a puzzle. But knowing that puzzle's in the mix and that can be a marker for them, that just, you know, ups the ante, if you will, on something like this to prove out for puzzle. Plus, you get all this blushing and crazy color that is just not normal or not typical for a regular pastel. You're gonna pull the one without the.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
I don't think. Well, all the pastels had it. I think it was the 3 normals that looked kind of just regular eye stripes. You can put them side by side. Okay.
Little feisty.
So you can look at those 2 eye stripes together. It's subtle, but the one on the left is definitely more jagged. The one on the right is, you know, a little more clean. And then when you add in all the amped color and everything else, that, you know, it's more likely that the one on the left is going to prove. The ratio on the possets, well, they're het to het, so they'd be 66%. I think we hit 4 possets that will kind of prove. But again, you know, the odds are 66%. There, you know, I can't 100% guarantee a het from a het to het pairing. Yeah, we have sexed them, and of the ones we're not keeping, we are like 3 and 2. So 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 boys, 3 girls. So there's definitely 3 pairs that are there, going to be available.
Where are you going? Come on, feisty one.
Yeah, Donnie, I'll do that. I'll show you the resurrection gene. However, I'm not going to tell you what it is, and I probably won't reveal that until probably after my clutches drop next year. But I'll show it to you, and you probably won't have much to see, and it won't be too crazy. I actually have a couple. So this is my male. I mean, for the most part, this is a single gene animal. It looks like a normal. But when you get used to looking at it, it definitely does not look like a normal. They're very different.
Belly's crazy, like the flaming and the belly's on the side. It's crazy looking.
Yeah. Nothing too glaring, but I've seen what this can do. It took some research. It took a lot of hunting to find. Now, this girl has the gene in it And this is a multi-combo animal. So this would be a 4-gene animal, including the resurrection gene. She's been eating really good lately. She's about 1,400 grams, so she'll definitely be the size come this year, and she will breed. And we'll see what she gives us. But it's really, yeah. I mean, if I were to just tell you all the genes in here, well, so I mean, I will. I mean, I'll tell you everything but that one. So this is basically a Pastel Lesser Plus.
Super Pastel, right?
Super Pastel. Yep, Super Pastel Lesser Plus, the resurrection gene. And I don't know if you guys have seen Super Pastel Lessers. They don't look like this. They don't have this much color. The teardrops don't look anything like that, or the alien heads. So there's definitely a ton more color in this thing. It's holding color fantastically. A lot of this nice white stuff down its dorsal too, which is, kind of started to develop over the past 4 or 5 months.
James is guessing double het for VPI and try.
No hets in this at all, to my knowledge. Zero hets as far as I know. But yeah, super excited for that. So we will have 1 clutch with this on the ground this year. I already got eggs in the incubator.
Oh, the first one? Nope, that one doesn't have any hets in it either.
Yep, none. Not that I'm aware of. I've not been told that when I purchased them, that there were any hets. They were just the single expression of that animal. Could they have a 50 in there that I wasn't told about? I mean, I guess it's all possible, and they may prove out eventually if I can ever hit the right thing. But to my knowledge, it's just the single gene animal. And then I have a female single gene as well that's bigger than that girl that we just looked at. So those will definitely be breeding. All 3 of them will be breeding this coming season, which will be pretty cool. So we'll have probably, I think I'm in the neighborhood of like 7 or 8 clutches with that gene involved. So that'll be fantastic, and we'll really get to see that gene go to work. I'm only aware of really a few pairings. I've seen it with Black Pastel. I've seen it with the Super Pastel Lesser. I've seen it with Lesser and Spot Nose, and that's really it. So it's going to be, actually, I take that back. I did see it with Orange Dream as well. So there's a lot of work that can be done with these animals, and I'm happy to do it. So yeah, it'll be good.
Nope, not extreme. We actually have a couple extreme genes.
Yeah, I got a couple extreme gene. So this girl shed not too long ago. So this girl is growing up. This is an Orange Dream Extreme. This is from Ken Masick. He's done he's not the originator of the gene, to what I understand, but he has done a ton of work with the extreme gene. And now the super extremes he calls extremist, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So she'll be to size. She'll be breeding as well. And then we picked up this girl. She likes to sit with her head in the water. This is a Butter Extreme. And this girl will be breeding this season as well. And last time she was weighed, she was 1,500 grams, and that was at the end of July. So she's already to weight, or at least my minimum weight. So she'll definitely be seeing some boys this coming season, and hopefully give us some eggs.
Right.
But yeah, pretty cool. Butter Extreme. I'm gonna bring this girl out.
Which one? Oh, the Harlequin?
Yeah, the Harley. This girl is amazing. So this is a Pastel Mojave Harlequin, right?
Pastel Mojave.
Blackhead. So a Pastel Mojave Blackhead. It was I actually won her in a giveaway from Nussman Reptiles. So thanks again. I appreciate that. And she is just turning out amazing. So Pastavi Blackhead, it's a possible Harlequin. I, again, had a couple friends of mine look at her, and they definitely agree that she's Harlequin. I even went back to Nussman after she's gotten, you know, considerable size, and he also agrees that she's a Harlequin. And she is 50% het for pied. So we will look to definitely try to... oh no, sorry, hypo. I like to say pied. So 50% het for hypo. So hopefully this clutch this season with the 66s, I can produce a visual male with some combos in there and see if we can't get her proved out for hypo too, because I don't have any visual boys.
Yeah, could you imagine this snake with hypo on it?
It'd be I
Yeah.
can't, my mouth don't work.
Yeah, it would be.
And the
great
dorsal stripe is just...
Yeah, Jim got very, very, very lucky on that giveaway.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah, this is a giveaway beyond giveaways. And honestly, like, I had been following him. I saw the giveaway, and I don't usually do giveaways unless they're females, because I just don't need a ton of males unless it's a ridiculous male. And I saw this girl. I was like, "Ooh, that would be nice to have. Who wouldn't want blackhead?" And I actually kind of forgot about the giveaway, and I had shared it out and everything when I first did it or whatnot. And then I got a message from Nussman saying that I won. I was like, "What?" And like, yeah, she's amazing. So, yeah, more exciting stuff coming. So she won't be this year, but definitely next year.
Oh, you know how we had the cheetah-looking snake, right?
Yeah.
You should pull out the leopard print-looking snake. Not quite leopard print, but like leopardish. The GHI pin that's got that weird, like almost looks like a...
Yeah, we can do that.
Cat print.
Yeah, but this girl is finally starting to eat a little bit better and doing pretty good. This is a GHI red stripe.
She's looking good.
From Justin. Yeah, and just this smoky color on the side is just really starting to come in and just look amazing. My Pastel GHI has it a little bit, but I think the Pastel washes it out. But with this really dark colors, it just looks really, really nice. So yeah, we can look at those two. So last year, it was my first year producing GHIs, and we'll start with this one. And one of the girls was this girl. So a Pastel Mojave GHI, and these are September 14 girls.
We're back.
That was weird. The whole app just like totally crashed on us. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I'm looking at this feed over here.
There it goes.
There we go. There we go. Better. It's catching up. Here we go. All right. So yeah, we were looking at this girl. So this was last year's September 14 hatch date. This girl is currently, well, not currently, but at the end of July. This girl was 814 grams, and she is a Pastel Mojave GHI. And just, again, has a lot of that nice smoke color on the sides. Looks really, really good. And then I'm going to show you her sister, which is turning out really nice. Almost did not keep this one. So this is a Pastel GHI Pinstripe.
Just look at that pattern.
So no Mojave.
Kind of almost looks kind of hieroglyphic. See some like lettering in the side is what it looks like.
And then if you add the Mojave back in, that's what you get. That is a Pastel GHI Pinstripe Mojave.
And by the way, this boy is
he's
available.
Again, you still get some of this nice smoke from the GHI along the flanks. You could see a lot of that, how that pinstripe kind of does a lot of that same striping up and down there. It's in that faint pattern, but a complete dorsal stripe. I mean, he just looks awesome. The head blush, I had no clue what it was when we cut it and the head first popped out, but looks really, really good.
All right.
Why not, since we're showing stuff? This girl, she'll be breeding this coming season. This is a Mackenzie girl. I'm told by some there's definitely something else in there. By others that it's only a Mackenzie. And the people that are telling me all have Mackenzies, so I have no clue what the story is. So we got a little stuck shed on this guy, but for comparison, this is a Mackenzie Fire.
Oh, just look what that fire does to that Mackenzie. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, the pattern is just blown out, changes like mad. This girl we got from Gourmet Rodent. I won her in an auction at Tinley last year. That was October, and she was 1145 grams at the end of July. So again, she's definitely on target to breed this coming season, and just looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to show you one more. I'm going to show you Miguel's holdback. I'm wearing his shirt, Mr. Big Dog from Always Evolving Pythons. Peace. I got to show you his holdback snake. There's a story behind that, which I'm not going to tell. You'll either have to watch
an older video.
Watch my trip to
AEP
to California to see him, because I gave a hint there. And then if you yeah, she doesn't like to be touched and handled too much. She don't bite, but she just prefer not to be touched. But you can definitely check my unboxing from him for this girl. This is a Cypress Mojave, and this is Miguel's snake. And in one of the videos when I went to Cali, the snake that I actually bought is still there, and they're very different. This girl is considerably darker on down these dorsal stripes and the lines going down the side, and just looks super fantastic. She's amazing. I believe this was from his first Cypress clutch that he ever produced. But yeah, she's she's at 1,300 grams, again at the end of July. That was the last time I weighed everybody. So she is definitely on track to breed this year as well. And I'm going to show you one more, and then I think I'm going to call it at that. And it's probably not who you think it is, because she is in full shed. But this girl.
Boom.
Yep, this is the Leopard Lav.
This
is Pastel Pied from Justin Kabelka.
So bright.
Yeah, and she is 1,210 grams, and on track to breed this end of this year. And the Blade Clown Het Lav Pastel Pied male that I picked up from Justin was picked up for this girl. And I will end up running him to several other girls as well. We're going to have in the neighborhood of around 8, right about 8 or 9 clown clutches next season. So they'll definitely, well, there's probably like 3 or 4 visuals and like 3 or 4 het making clutches. So at least that's what it looks like.
Well, being you're showing her, I kind of want to give them a little taste of what is going to, for me, what's coming up next year.
For the Xanthic?
Mm-hmm.
We can do that and then...
And then we're done.
Yeah, then we got to close this out.
Yep.
It's starting to get long.
10 people.
All right. We're going to finish this up for you guys. A couple more snakes and then I'm
going to show them together.
Yeah, this will actually be a pretty cool clutch. Yeah, Donnie, I agree. That'd be crazy. So here's a look at one of the pairings next year. Well, we'll go ahead, Matthew. That's your stuff.
So this boy that we have right here is a lavender 100% het for SK Xanthic. And this here is a Firefly Yellowbelly SK Xanthic. So looking to make Xanthic het labs this upcoming year. And then try to, a couple years down the road, try to hit some Xanthic snows, lab snows. Which look pretty cool compared to regular albino. They don't really show much pattern.
Thanks, Donnie.
The lab albino.
Thanks, Mark.
Shows.
Yeah. Thanks, Wise Constrictors. Appreciate that.
And the lavender snows, the pattern actually shows through a lot more. So that's what we're working towards down the road. And Jim's got some lavender clown stuff that he's working on. So maybe combine all three down the road sometime. Yeah,
and the nice thing with like the Enchi het grails is they're also going to be pos het for SK Xanthic.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, you just start to, if you can manage to keep the animal that you hit those genes on, it just starts to blow your mind. You know what I mean? It just starts to get crazy with the possibilities. Yeah, thanks, Wise. We appreciate that. Yeah, Donnie, I was blown away by that giveaway. I was like, what? And especially because I had kind of lost track of it because, sometimes it takes a while for, even for us to hit the, the numbers we wanted or whatever the criteria was before the giveaway happens. And then, out of the blue, you get a phone call. And then she starts to look like that. You're like, oh, my God. So, all right, we're going to give you one quick look over the cutting. Again... So you guys can kind of see those. That's the one we believe to be Black Pastel Mahogany Albino. This one looks like it's turned a little bit. Looks to be a Black Pastel Albino. This one looked to be the Mahogany. And then over here we had a regular albino. So we hit like one of everything. So it ended up being a fantastic clutch. I'm sure Matt's ecstatic.
Oh, yeah.
And if this one ends up being a girl, that's even better. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. We'll take it. We'll spread those genes around for sure.
Definitely. So I'll come to your end and we'll say goodnight.
So you're going to say goodnight with nobody in front of the screen?
Well, maybe we both flip the camera. Unless you want to talk from behind the camera.
You kind of just talking from behind the camera a little bit.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And
night, Donnie. Night, Joseph. Thanks for all the support, man. We appreciate it. Thanks, Wise. Thanks again on the congrats too. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So in a week, roughly.
A week from Saturday.
A week from Saturday, we'll have the next live cutting. So September 7th, Saturday, which is also a day before the White Plains show, which we'll be at in New York. So
if any of y'all are close enough and you're going and you want to stop by, please do. Stay by and stay by.
Stay by.
Stop by and say hi. I urge you to just stay by. It just roll it all right into 2 words.
And yeah, so we will see you guys on the next live video.
All right, y'all. Have a great night.
Y'all take care.
Peace.